Hello everyone, I'm Frank and welcome to Frank Puzzles, and this is today's hard level difficulty puzzle, and it's called The Hare and the Tortoise by Marty Sears? Um, and, well, actually, before we get to the rules, they're gonna tell about a little story here, okay? So, here is Mr. Sears talking about the tortoise and the hare, or the hare and the tortoise. Let me tell you the tale of a hare I know, who mocked an old tortoise for being so slow. You think that you're faster, the tortoise replied. Then race me and prove it, or swallow your pride. The hare found the thought of a race quite amusing. He'd win even if he spent half the time snoozing. Of course, said the hare, suppressing his laughter. I'll run the race thrice. You'll still finish after. They set up their racing grid neath the blue sky, where the normal Sudoku rules always apply. And waiting to meet them by their starting blocks, the judge of the race, the neighborhood fox. Their racing lines travel in any directions, but never share cells or cause an intersection. Except where they both end, the checkered flags sell. Both lines must avoid all the blue pawns as well. On Tortoise's line, a slow thermo by name, the digits can increase or just stay the same. Hare's line is a fast thermo. Digits still climb, but these go up by at least 3 at a time. That is until box borders, where the hare naps, and his thermo can restart at low digits perhaps. And finally, hare smugly shows off a line that enters each box once, including box 9. I'll announce the winner, Fox shouts through the grass, by displaying a digit through which he does not pass. And Duck, who's excited to watch this race live, says, the digits in my pawn must sum up to 5. So can you help settle this age-old debate, who wins the race and who is too late? It is better to be swift or steady and slow. Now let's all get cracking. Ready and go. Very clever. I like it. That's pretty cool. Love the rhyme. Love the poem. And it also has the rules, but they're very. I'm gonna be reading from his actual post, which will tell you the actual rules that are involved instead of trying to decipher it from the poem. Which was really cool. Which is really cool. It's a really cool poem. So thank you for that, Mr. Sears. Um, Here are the rules. Normal Sudoku rules apply, which means place the digits 1 through 9 in every row, every column, and 3x3 box. Race. The hare and the tortoise must race in orthogonal or diagonal steps, and must not enter pawns or cross or overlap each other or themselves, apart from at the finish line, where they both end. So they both end at the finish line, and they cannot cross and they cannot overlap with themselves or each other. Hare. The hare must enter every box exactly once, including box 9. Starting in box 9 does not count as entering it. Okay, so... Oh, interesting. So the hare must enter each box. It must enter every box once each. So that means being here and then exiting, but then not entering again, means that the hare would not work for the hare. The hare must enter box 9, because starting in it does not count as entering it. Okay? The hare's racing line will be a valid superfast thermo. That is, digits along it increase by at least 3 at a time. But the hare has a nap at every box border, and the thermo may begin again on any digit in the next cell. So basically, if once the hare enters a new box, you can reset the number that the hare was on to any number. But inside of a box, the hare's racing line will be a valid thermo because digits along it must increase by at least 3. So it has to be at least, if say this were 1 and this was the hare path, say this was the hare path, right? Then this would be 1. If say this was 1, it would have to be at least 4 through 9, and then say it continued on, right? So say this was 1 and then 5. This would have to be at 8 or 9. But then when he hits the box border, he takes a nap, and then the thermo may begin again on any digit in the next cell, right? So once this goes here, it can be any digit because it crosses a box border. So that's the hare. Tortoise. The tortoise's racing line will be a valid slow thermo. That is, digits along it may not decrease. For example, like if the tortoise went here, these two numbers could actually be the same. We just we don't know what the case is. So if he goes here, then these numbers could be the same because it's a valid slow thermo, right? You just can't decrease. You could stay the same or you can increase, but you cannot decrease along the slow thermo. And that's the tortoise's path. Fox. Fox declares the winner by displaying a digit that does not appear on the winner's racing line. So basically, if the fox, whatever the number the fox has, he displays a digit that does not appear on the winner's racing line. And for the duck, digits separated by the duck sum to 5. Sum to 5. Oh, okay. And those are all the rules. Again, very cool poem. I love it. It's very in theme, and it rhymes very well. The meter's very good. It's excellent, and it has all the rules. I just don't want to try to decipher it while I was explaining the rules. Anyways, if you want to play along, there's going to be a link in the description. And now, I'm going to get started. Let's go. Okay, I'm not sure what to do here specifically. I think we start from the finish and go back because we know both lines exit, or both lines have to end at the finish line. So there's one that goes this way. Let's make this blue. And then there's one that goes this way. You know, let's make it a line. It's easier that way. I'm guessing that, okay, well, this can't be. It has to be center only. I'm guessing that this is going to be the tortoise's line. I don't know if that's the case. Can the other way actually be? So we know something goes out here. It could be either here or here. But we don't know which because they can't cross the lakes. So we know, okay, so we know this is part of it, and obviously this is part of the other line. Okay. If we assume that the tortoise goes the red way, the problem is that the hare has to enter box 7 because it enters all boxes, but then it has no way out. Therefore, the red line is definitely the hare's path, and the blue line is definitely the tortoise's path. Because the tortoise cannot go through the red line, the red way, and the hare still be able to go through and enter every box. So, the red is the hare's way. The blue is a tortoise's way. Okay, so interesting. The hare must enter box 1. And it has to exit box 1, obviously. the tortoise, if it goes this way, the hare, so assume that the tortoise goes here. If the tortoise goes this way, something along this lines, the hare can only go out the back here, right? So say the tortoise's path was I don't know, something simple, right? If the tortoise's path was something like this, the hare's path cannot cross it. So the hare would have to go essentially around the tortoise, but then it gets stuck. Because it cannot enter the lakes or the ponds, can't enter ponds, and it cannot cross or overlap with the tortoise's path. Therefore, this cannot be the path. And if you try anything else along those lines, it would be the same. Therefore, we know the tortoise has to go this way. So the tortoise has to go this way then. What's the minimum that it could go? So it could go 1. So this would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So that's the minimum. Because these two have to be the same. So, okay, so this is at minimum 4 already, right? If we try to go, so in addition, I think, yeah, the pair has to cross, has to enter. So it could go the tortoise could go this way or this way. The hare has to basically enter and then exit. So it could be either this, or it could enter and then exit, or it could enter here, then exit. I guess it could be like this. That's possible too. So for the hare can be either one of these two, right? It could even go here, right? And then the tortoise would have to go around. But it has to enter one of these two, which means it must enter one of these 3. It cannot enter that one because then that would cross, because the blue would have to go here. So the blue, it must have 2 entrances for the hare. So we know this has to be the hare, and then it has to go to one of those 2. The hare can be one of those 2, but it must contain 2 out of the 3 here, right? So it could just even be that, which is possible. The blue must be one of those 2, right? It cannot be that one because then that would cross if the hare goes here. But then the blue has to enter one of those 2. So the blue has to be one of these 2, then one of those 2. This cannot be the blue, so therefore one of these 2 is the blue. So the tortoise is blue because it's slow, and the hare is red because it's hot. That's just how I want to decide it. This one has to go to one of those 2, obviously. This one must go to one of those 2. Obviously here. And this is obviously the hare. And then the hare must enter itself again, right? So, what do we know here? Okay. So this is, okay, minimum. So this would have to be 1, 2, 3, 4. That's minimum. And then one of these would have to be, so 5, 6, 5, 6. This could be 6. That would be 7. This could be 7. This could be 8, right? So this could be 8 or 9. However, we are not guaranteed that the tortoise is first. I'm assuming it, because that's how the fairy tale ends, because the tortoise beats the hare. But we can't assume that from Sudoku. Also, in addition, the duck pond adds up to 5, so it's 1, 2, 3, or 4. So this way could be the path. And if that's the case, then this could be, yeah, the hare. Mm. So this is always going to be 6 by this point, right? If this, it can never go, well, I guess this could be 6, right? It could be 5, 6, and then that would be 6. Then that would be 7, 8, 8, and 9, so that's possible. So the 6 could, so we know this is a 6, though. This has to be a 6, right? The turtle has to go this way. It has to be 4, 5, 6. It can't be enter that one, though, because then it would have to cross. Therefore, this has to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. One of these is 6. One of these is 5. Because say it just started going some weird route, right? So 4, 5, 6, 7. I guess that could be 7, 7, 7, 8, 8, 9. That's possible. Okay, so 6 is not guaranteed necessarily there. That's the shortest one. Shortest path, right? This is 4 at least. So this has to be 1 or 2. Okay, so the start for the tortoise is 1 or 2. This is 2 or 3. This is 3 or 4. Technically, it could go something like this. Or it could go something like this. Right, so the tortoise could go here, but it must be in one of those two before it goes there. This is 4 or 5. You have 5 or 6, 6 or 7, 6 or 7, 7 or 8, 7 or 8. It could be like this, 6, 7. So, but we know this has to be 1 or 2. If it's 2, the tortoise lost the race. Hmm. Okay. What else do we have? So the tortoise is very key. What I'm curious is, how does the hare enter box 3? Maybe the tortoise can't go this way. How does the hare enter box 3? Wait. Okay. Maybe my assumptions are incorrect then. How does the hare enter box 3 and still pass? Does a tortoise go around the hare? So the tortoise still cannot go here, right? There's only one entrance and one exit outside of the tortoise for box 3. Yeah, I don't think. Okay, so what my previous assumption was not correct. I don't think the tortoise can go around that way. The hare has to enter box 3. It cannot cross. It cannot cross or overlap with the tortoise at all, and it can't cross itself either. There's only one entrance for the hare. It has to enter here then. So the hare has to go here, and then the hare has to go here. There's no, it can't enter a pond. So it can't go here, it can't go here, it can't cross the tortoise. Huh. So I think what that means is the tortoise has to basically go around the hare also, right? The hare has to go this way to enter box 3. But then it has to exit again, right? So the hare could go something like that, right? And then the tortoise. So then the tortoise would go this way to here. We know that the hare. Okay, so the hare must enter and exit box 7. But the tortoise, and there's only 3 entrances here, here, and here for box 7. There's only 3 entrances and exits through for box 7. And the hare is taking up 2 of them. So if the tortoise ever enters box 7, he can't get out. So yeah, the tortoise has to go around the hare and then come back here this way. So again, this is that. So this is correctly low. So this one has to be here, and then this one always is the red. But the tortoise has to go around the rabbit, the hare. So these two, and then on top of that, the hare must enter box 9. So it has to enter this way and then this way. So the hare has to go here. The tortoise has to enter. So the tortoise is one of these 3. If it's this one, it doesn't work because the red. So the tortoise has to be one of those 2. The hare then has to enter here. So the tortoise has to go here this way. The hare has to essentially go around here, has to enter here, go through here, go through here, go through here, enters this way, enters this way. It could enter this way, or it could potentially enter through this, but it must enter here. So it goes this way, right? Oh, this is a lot harder. Interesting. What's the minimum for the tortoise, right? So it must enter one of those 2 squares to get to there. So obviously it could go here. Here, here. Okay, so let's do a theoretical minimum. So this would then be, okay, so obviously that's blue. So this would be 1, not 4. It would be 1, 2, no, this would also be 1, minimum. 2, 2, 2. This would be 3. It could essentially cross here, right? So if we did this, it's 1, 1, 2, 2, 2, 3, 3, 3, 4, 4, 5. Actually, that's an even smaller minimum. Interesting. Hmm. Didn't think about that, but yeah. Huh. So then this has to be a minimum 5. So the rabbit could go something like this, right? It has to enter this way. It could go something like this. Right, so this is what I'm thinking for the rabbit. This is the minimum for the rabbit. That would be the minimum for the rabbit. It could... Oh, interesting. Okay. The rabbit cannot have more than 3 cells in the same box in a row. So if the rabbit were to enter, I don't know, this way, say it was to enter from here, it cannot go around, right? Well, it could go around, but then it would be blocking that. So then the blue also has to enter that way, right? Um, Technically, you could do something interesting. Okay, so one of these is blue. I guess it could be something like that, then that, 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 2, 3. So this is 7, 8, or 9. We know that for certain. It must enter box 1 and then get to box 2 somehow. This, oh, it can't actually enter, so... I mean, technically, it could enter the fox. Actually, it can't. It can only have 3. So this is 1, 2, 3. Okay, so it has to go this way. It can't go this way because the hare is super fast, right? So it must increase by at least 3. And so if it goes this way, this would be a minimum 1, a minimum 4, 7, and then 10. So it has to go. So we know that this has to go here. This is guaranteed. So this is 4, 5, 6, and this is 7, 8, 9. And then this could be similarly here. I guess it could go here. So it could go this way. It could go that way. One of these is red, obviously. So then one of these is red. So we know it's this. So this one has to go here. This is 1, 2, 3. You have 2 out of 4, 5, 6, and one of these is 7, 8, and 9. Ah, this has to be 3. Right, it cannot go around. So this one has to be the red. So we know. Okay, so then this is definitely guaranteed. So we know these two have to connect, and we don't know what this connects with. So these 3 have to be that way. This one could go up. So one of these 2 is the red. Therefore, this is 1, 2, or 3. This is 4, 5, or 6. This is 7, 8, or 9. We don't know where the 7, 8, and 9 is here. This one could go to either one of these 2, which means one of these 3 is valid. So then one of these 3 is valid. One of these 2 is 4, 5, 6. One of these 2 is 7, 8, 9. So this is either, okay, so this one has to be either one of those or one of those. It could enter here. That's fine. So this one has to be, it's either here, here, or here, right? To enter. I mean, it could do something like that. It could actually even go around-ish, kind of. I don't know. And then this one could actually enter that way. So this is possible. And then this one definitely is, but it enters both. Okay. So then this is 1 through 5, right? It could be 5 if the tortoise lost. So it has to be one of those two. It has to be one of those two. It could go around here. Hmm. So technically the blue, it could be one of those three. We don't know which. From this square. Then it resets. Then it resets. Then it resets. It could go along here. That's fine too. That would reset. That'd be 1, 2, 3. So this could actually, this hair cell could actually be anything. We just don't know. All right. This is 1 through 4. It's either 1, 4 or 2, 3. Oh, interesting. Okay, so 1 can no longer be anywhere along this line. I don't know how much that helps us, but 2 through 9. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. This cannot be 9, so this is 2 or 8. Can't be 2. It could be 4. 4 through 8. Okay. There cannot be a 1 along it, right? So that's fine. This is interesting. The hairline essentially becomes a I forget what type of line that is. Is it an entropy line? I don't remember. It's basically, it requires 1 to have 1, 2, 3, 1 to have 4, 5, 6, and 1 to have 7, 8, and 9. If it's 3 in a box. Otherwise, but it doesn't always fit that, right? This one does though. This one has to be these 3. This one has to be 1 with one of those 2 with one of those 2. This one does have to be those 3. So again, this could be 1. Oh, this can't be 1 anymore. Right. If that were 1, that eliminates both possibilities here. So this cannot be 1, which means that this can't be 1 anymore. So it could be, so this would have to be 2. 2, 3. So it could be 1, 2, 2, 3, 3. So this has to be at least 3, right? 1, 2, 3, 3, 3. That works too. 1, 2, 2, 3, 3. So this has to be 4 at least. 4, 4, 5, 5. So this has to be at least 5. This has to be at least 6. Okay, so this can't be 5 anymore. This could be 1 through 4. If it's a 4, that means the tortoise lost, though. So 4, 4. If it's 4, you have 4. That could be 4, 4. Actually, this still could be 5, 5, I think. So if this is 5, that's 5. 6, 6, 6, 7, 7, 7, 8, 8, 9. Yeah, that's still possible if the tortoise lost. So the 5 is still possible. 1 of 4, 5, or 6 is here. 1 of 7, 8, and 9 is here, but that doesn't really tell us much. So the hare could enter any of these three and still be valid. 4, 5, 6 has to be one of those two. 1, 2, 3 has to be one of those two. This must enter 3. Box 1. So it's one of those three. This satisfies. So yeah, this satisfies. This is the minimum distance line for the hare. And it satisfies that. I mean, it could still go down here, though. This does have to be at least 5. This hare is running around quite a bit. Okay. Okay. What's the limiting factor here now? So we found all the limiting factors for the hare, I think, right? It's that if it enters a box, it can only have 3 in that box and before it has to exit again. Plus, we also have to enter every box. So this is the minimum line that satisfies that. So we have that. We know in box 3 it has to enter this way. It has to, box 2, it must be one of these 3, then one of these 2, then one of these 1. I mean, in this one, it could actually go here and then here, or here and then here. So this is also, these 2 are also valid as reds. But the red can't, okay, so this cannot enter here. It could be something like that, which is fine. We have box 3 down, so box 3 has to be this way. Box 6 could enter here, here, here. It must be there. It has to be one of those 2 and then one of those 2. Box 9 has to be this one. Box 8 is pretty wide open. It could be something like that even. Box 7, it has to exit. Oh, it doesn't even have to do that. It could be something like that. Actually, that's the minimum, I think. So that's not even the minimum here. So this isn't... Ah! Okay. This is actually not even the minimum. The minimum would be like this. Right? It doesn't have to enter that. Okay. So this would be the minimum distance. Interesting. But we don't know if that's the case, right? It could enter here, it could enter here. It doesn't have to enter, right? It does have to enter here, but it could just detour this way and then this way. So that's fine too. Or just could go straight. We don't know. So this, we know this is 1 through 6. Right? Because it must be less than 3 from this one at least. So this is 1 through 6. Okay, that's good. This is the minimum, though. Right? So it could be this way, then this way. It could be this. It could technically even go sort of here. No, I don't think it can go up. So say we went up. It would have to go down, then exit. But the problem is blue would not cross there. So at minimum, this cannot go here. I guess it could actually, maybe. So say it went here, right? Then you go down. So say it went this way, and then here, then not that, but that. That's also possible. It just can't go up, right? It can't go this way. Because if it goes that way, it must go here, and then it must go here, but then that either crosses or blocks the blue. So technically, it could go over here. This is fine. This is obviously fine, and this is fine. The blue has to go here, but it could technically go here, right? You have the blue going this way, the red going this way. The blue could go here. It goes to one of these two. Blue could actually even technically go this way. It could go here. Pretty wide range. Could even go here. It could enter this way, technically. Oh, wait. I made a bad assumption. The hare actually could go enter here and then enter here. So this could actually be the hare. I don't think it is, right? Because a tortoise, how does a tortoise is going to be there, right? So we have one. This is not necessarily two, though. 1, 1, 2. Okay, so let's... What does that imply? Okay, so say that the hare went like that. If the hare went in and the hare went back out there, it still has to enter box 9, but it could enter this way, and then the tortoise could go this way. I don't like this. I don't like that. Okay. Let's clear it and then be able to actually like see what happens if the hare is that. So the hare could be something like that. That is legit. And then we're trying the hare out that way. The hare does have to enter box 9 still. It cannot cross itself. The tortoise cannot cross it. I mean, technically, then the hare could be something like this, right? It does still have to enter into box 3 and exit out of box 3. So we do know the only entrances for the box 3 has to be here, and then the exit has to be there. There is no other exit. And then in addition, it has to be 3 at most. So this has to be the case. So we definitely know that this is the case, right? We don't know which direction it is, but we do know this has to be 4, 5, or 6. So this is definitely the case. It's entered box 6. It's entered box 2. So what we're trying to do then... Okay, so if we were to do something along those lines, so say it was like that, the tortoise still has to go around the hare, right? The tortoise cannot go down here because... Okay, so say the tortoise was here. So then say the tortoise was this way, right? And it would have to be this or one of the two. This is... Say the tortoise say the tortoise went this way, right? Or something along this line. I guess that could be, doesn't have to go that way, but say it went something like that. Yeah, I guess the hare could actually do something. The hare could do something like that, right? That seems legit. And then it goes down to there. It has to enter that one. So I think that's the minimum if that's the case. And this is, okay, so for the tortoise to be there, that has to be the case. Well, I guess it doesn't have to go down here. It could actually go, it could even go here, right? So the tortoise could do something like funky along this line. So it could be something like that. Then this, then that. This is actually legitimate too. Okay, what if we did something like this then? So the hare entered box 8, the hare entered box 9, the hare entered box 6, the hare entered box 3, the hare entered box 2, the hare entered box 5, enters 8 again, enters 7, enters 5 again, enters 1, enters 4. So this is actually a legitimate one too. What about, okay, so what would the minimum be? This would be 1, 1, 1, 2. Okay, so this could be 1, so this one has to be 2. 3, this would have to be 3. So even if it goes this way, this would have to be 2 and 3. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, 9. This doesn't work then. This is the minimum. I was already assuming that it wasn't going to work, but... Okay, what about... Actually, one thing we could change about this part. It could go something like that, right? So what happens if we do that? So, again, this would have to be 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 2, 2, 1. Actually, that works. Oh no. Oh no. This actually does work. Okay, let's try it. So this, okay, that'd be 1. That's 1. This actually can't, well, it can't be 1, so it has to be at least 2. 2, 2, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and this is the tortoise losing. So whoever goes this way is the loser, I think. Well, not necessarily. Anyways, okay. Let's fill this in. This would be 2 and 3. So the tortoise is the loser. This is 2 and 2. This is 7, 8, and 9. This is 4, 5, 6. This is 1, 2, or 3. It can't be 2. This would have to be... Ah! We have a contradiction. Entering in this, we have 1, 2, and 3, right? This cannot be 1, 2, or 3. And it does, if for this to work, the hare does have to enter this way and exit out this way. It just has to, I mean, because to enter this, you have to enter these 2 squares, right? We're very limited on the tortoise's path here. So therefore, the tortoise can, we showed that even going this way, the tortoise doesn't work. So for this must enter here. I guess it could go something like that. But it must exit this way. Right? Because you can't have 1, 2, 3. Yeah, even so say we went down. Okay, can't go down because this is blocking it. So it has to always go this way for the minimum. Excuse me. So therefore you are stuck going this way. So this has to go, yeah. You have to go something like that. And then we tried going down, that doesn't work. Therefore you cannot go like here and then up. And even then, this has to go here to enter in and to exit out. Oh, wait, hold up. I do see a potential other way. Okay. So then, what if we had this enter and exit somewhere different? Right? It could be something like this. In my assumption, I'm assuming that this is actually not the correct path, but we want to be logically rigorous here. This is potentially the case. So this would be 1 or 3. This would be 1 or 3. Okay, it can't be 1. So this would have to be 3. Ah, but then, okay, so one of these, okay, there we go. This has to be 1 and 2 to make this line work. You have to enter in box 5 twice. You just have to get this 6 and 7, to get this race to work. This would have to be 1 through 3. This would have to be 1 through 3. And then we have 1 and a 2 already. So this is not possible. Okay, so then we just proven the tortoise going this way, right? You can't go all the way around. It's gonna, yeah, because these would have to be 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then 1. That doesn't work. So it can't go all the way around. So we tried this path, which is pretty much the only path he can sort of take, because the hare cannot go in and then out again because the lake is blocking that. It can't go in and out here. It would have to go in and out here. And so because it goes in and out there, we have to try to get the tortoise around this way, and that doesn't work. Okay, so that was a long, convoluted way of basically showing that the path I had in the beginning was the correct path. So the tortoise does have to go this way. The tortoise does have to go this way. The hare does also still have to go here. Here, here, here. This is specifically required. The tortoise has to go around the hare because otherwise the hare has to enter back into 9. If the tortoise just went straight, the hare can only go here and here, but then it has no way to exit. And it must exit at the finish line. So the tortoise cannot go this way. The tortoise has to go around. So it has to be here. Which means this is a tortoise square, this is a tortoise square, this is a tortoise square. This has to be the hare square. This is a tortoise square, this is obviously a hare square. So this has to be a hare square because it has to enter box 9. And then therefore we know that this has to be 1, 2, and 3, or those 3 cells, because otherwise it just doesn't work. So we know these are valid. So we don't need to color these. We don't need to color that. Actually, we don't even need to color these. We don't need to color these. We just know, right? So the hare can be one of these two. The hare can be one of these two. The tortoise can be one of these two. The tortoise can be one of these two. The hare can be one of these two, and it must enter that one. This one could be any of those 3. Could enter over here. Could be any of these 3. Could be either of these 2, or these 2, or this one. This is possible also. It must be one of these two. From there, it must be one of those three. It must enter one of those three. So it could enter here. The blue could even enter here, I think, right? Yeah, I think any of those could be blue. Right, it can go here because it potentially could go something like that. So one of these two. The blue has to enter one of those two. It could be this way. The blue has to be one of those. It could be one of these three, I guess. So it has to go here. It could go down here. So any of the blues could be here. It could enter here. Okay, so we do know this is 1, 2, or 3. This is 4, 5, or 6. This is 7, 8, 9. This is 1 through 5. This is 1 through 4. This is 5, 6, 7, or 8. This is 6, 7, 8, and 9. This has to be 1, 2, or 3. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 6, 7, 8, or 9. This is a mess. Can the blue be here? If that's blue, that could be blue. What's the minimum if the blue, say, went this way? Oops, not that way. That way. This could still be the same. Okay, so red can never go here. This has to be always blue at least. Let's do, say, the minimum. Say it went that way. Okay. And then say it went this way, to this, to this, to this. We're giving blue the biggest leeway possible. So then blue could be something like this, I guess. So it technically could be like that. Right? Oh, wait, no, it can't. Okay, so blue can never be here. Right. This is always blue. This doesn't have to be blue or red. But this could be red. So if it goes that way, it has to go down. Right? So if it goes this way, it has to go down. This is still possible. So then the rabbit would be going like that, 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 like there, 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 there. That's possible. Okay, what is this number then? So this would have to be at least 1. 1, 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, this is interesting. Well, it doesn't have to go that way. Let's just go down here. Okay. Yeah, we're actually... So it can the tortoise can never enter this square. Because the tortoise has to be here. I mean, it could. It could enter this way, I guess. But it can never enter from this way, because if it enters from this way, the problem is it also has to enter this one. And so the red needs a space. So the red needs a space. It has to be one of these two. So the red has to be one of those two. Now, we're trying to see if that's red. Okay, what are the possibilities then, if that's the case? If this is red, and that's red, and that's red. Okay, let's first of all then, let's mark this as red. We're marking the minimum outside possibilities for red. Let's mark the minimum for this one then. Let's try this way, right? So it has to go this way, this way, this way. This is the minimum. What about the hair? The hair would have to go something like this, to here, to here, to here, to here. It could be either this one or this one. It doesn't matter. So this is technically a valid one. Okay, so this would be 1 minimum. This is 1 minimum. Actually, we always know that's 2, so this can never be 1 minimum. So that'd be 2, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's not go this way. This doesn't have to go this way, so that's not minimum. This is minimum. Oops. Blue minimum. So this would be 5. Oops. Yeah, I guess we do that one. 1, 2, 2, 3, 4. Oh, we have a problem. 5. That's interesting, actually. Huh, okay. Yeah, that's a constraint in general that is interesting. So the red does have to be one of these two. This is constraint. So say we have blue, blue, blue. That's not true, I guess. It's only true if we're doing this segment, I think. But potentially you could, let's try to do the minimum here. Right? So then you have the red going this way. This seems okay. This is blue doing the minimum. I don't know, red doing the minimum. Okay, one thing we also know is that this must be 7, 8, 9. Because it's at the end of 3, because it must enter here, and then it must cross back. I mean, it's 3 from whichever way, right? If it tries to go down, 7, 3, 7, 8, 9, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3. If it tries to go across, it's 7, 8, 9, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so then, yeah, we're trying this one. This one specifically, right? And then we go up here. This seems kosher. Interesting. Interesting. The tortoise has to enter this way. We know this is a 1, 2, or 3. We know that's a 1, 2, or 3. If the tortoise enter, this one is always bigger than this. If the tortoise enters this way, we are limited in what it can be. These two must always be bigger than this one. So if this can never be 1, 2, or 3, right? If this was 1, 2, or 3, this has to be smaller. So therefore, this has to be, that would also be from 1 or 2, but then we have 2 already that are from 1, 2, and 3. Therefore, this cannot be 1, 2, or 3 already here. So this has to be 4, 5, or 6, which means this has to be at least a 4. So this is at least a 4. This is at least a 5. Then you could have 5, 5, 6, 6. This has to be at least 7. Right? So one of these then has to be at least 4. Because of these two, right? These two are guaranteed, and they have to be 1, 2, and 3. We know that for certain. Yeah, because the tortoise has to go around the hare. And then there's no other place. So it has to go this way, then it has to go around, and then it has to enter from this way, right? So, yeah. Then this cannot, I mean, it still could be higher than 1, 2, or 3, right? I mean, if it loses 4, 4, 5, I don't know, 4, 4, 5, 5, 5, 6, 6, 6, 6, or 6, 6, 6, 7, 7, this would be 8. I mean, that could technically be then at 1 still as a 4. So 4 and 5 are still valid here. But whatever the blue is here, so it could be 9, 8, then this would be 7, 8, 6, 7, 8, 5, 6, 7, 5, 6, 7. So this is 5, 6, or 7. This is 4, 5, or 6. Oh, interesting. Huh. This is 4, 5, or 6 at in both ways. So, yeah, this is the shortest possible path, right? So these three would be the same. This would be different because it obviously has to be different. This has to be the same. This has to be different. So 9, 8, 8. So this is the shortest possible one. 9, 8, 8, 7, 7, 7. And this has to be 6 if that's the case. But it can never be less than 4 either, right? Because the one going in has to be at least 4. So this is 4, 5, or 6. This is 4, 5, or 6. This is 4, 5, or 6. And then we show that this cannot be 4, 5, or 6. So the line cannot go through here. Very clever. I like that. I like that a lot. So then we know, okay, we know these are the reds. So the line cannot go this way. And it cannot go this way. And it cannot go this way. And it cannot go this way. Because this can't be 4, 5, or 6. Therefore, the line must go here. And then must go here. And then must go here. That's very clever. I like that. That was really clever. Showing how that, yeah. That was, wow. That was lovely. Lovely logic. I love it. That was really cool. So then this is 4, 5, or 6. And this has to be the blue. So the blue must go this way. We don't know. It could technically go this way or that way. So this one, okay, these are not guaranteed. But that's really clever that we've shown that the minimum has to be there 4, 5, or 6. That's pretty awesome. That's pretty nice. That's pretty neat. So this has to be 4, 5, or 6. This is 4, 5, or 6. We do have space now. Okay, so the red has to go here. So this can't be red. Oh, actually, technically, the red could go here. This just, yeah, okay, it still could be blue, technically. This, though, okay. We are, well, no. Red could go here. Okay, well. Okay, this is not helpful now. So let's just not color. Okay, so this one, well, we don't even know. It could be here, right? What are the limitations? Okay, so this one has this one of these two is red. Um, okay, we are limited here. We know exactly what these are. This has to be blue, this has to be red, and this has to be blue for this to work, right? Because we are limited here, we have three. The tortoise has to go down in one and up in the other one, right? So we know this one is blue. We know this one's blue. This one has to be red. This one cannot go this way than red. So this is not possible to be red. Therefore, we know this one specifically, right? So these we don't need to color. We're just gonna delete these. This one has to be blue. Okay, so then this one is required to go this way, but it's not required to go more than that. So these two are done. This can't, oh. It still could, actually. It could go blue, blue, and then that's red. Okay, well, let's clear all this stuff out, because this is not helpful. Okay. Now we are guaranteed. This has to be red going down. This has to be blue going down. It doesn't actually have to enter this way, so this is not correct. We do know that it has to go down, but we just don't know where it enters. One of these is blue, one of these is red. The other one could be blue or red or neither. So it could be one of these is blue. One of these is red. Okay, maybe we do need these. So one of these is red, one of these is blue. One of these is red and one of these is blue. Okay. So where does this go? I mean, technically this still could be red, right? 4, 5, 6, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so this doesn't, yeah. We know it specifically has to enter that way. This is 7, 8, 9. This could be anything. One of these is 1, 2, or 3. Oh. Well, this technically could be 4. Okay, there's no 1 here. So this is 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. There's no 3 here. It's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. One of these has to be 1, 2, or 3, which is interesting. This can't be 9. Okay, so this is 2 through 5. No, it has to go down. So if that's 6, this could be 6. Okay, yeah. So this is 2 through 6. Because this has to be cannot be more than 1. Okay, this is also 7, 8, or 9. This is 4, 5, or 6. It's one of these two. I guess it could be, no, it cannot be that one. It's one of these two. So one of 1, 2, or 3 is here. This is 4, 5, 6. This is 7, 8, 9. It has to enter in here and then go back out here. So this could be 5, 6, 6, 6, 7. 5, 6, 6, 6, 7, 7, 7, 8, 8, 9. That's possible. But this can't be 1, though, specifically. Okay, 4, 5, and 6 cannot be here. We have 1, 2, 3, 7, 8, 9 here. 1, 2, 3, 7, 8, 9, and this is 1, 2, 3, 7, 8, 9. I mean, it could technically be like that. It could be, it can't be enter in, go here, go here. So one of these is 1, 2, or 3. This is 1 through 6, right? Because it just needs to be 3 less than whatever this is. This, we don't know. We have no clue about this. One of these is red. Yeah, I'm only going to do it for 2. So, actually, this one has to be 2 also. So, one of these 2 is red. One of these 2 is blue. We know that one's red. Huh. Okay. What if we made this 5? Okay, let's try that. 5, 5, 6, 6, 6, 7, 7, 7, 8, 8, and 9. So then this would have to be 9. That's 4. This would have to be 1. We run into a contradiction. So this cannot be 5. Okay. In addition, yeah. So this can't be, well, maybe. With this 4, 5, 6, 6, 6, 7, 7, 7, 8, 8, 9. This would be 9, this would be 4. This would have to be 5. This could not be, this is 2 or 3. This would have to be 1. 2, 3, 2, 3. So this would be 1, 4. So this would be 2 or 3 also. So the rest could not be 2 or 3. Therefore, this would be 7. This would be 4. Huh. This can't be 6. This can't be 7. So this seems fine. Oh, wait, that can't be 4. Right, there's no 1, 4. This would have to be 6 and 7, which is not possible. Okay. That's interesting, actually. So this can't be 5. We just showed if this is 5 and 6, that's 6. So if this is 6, okay. If this is 6, that eliminates 6 from here because this can never go 6 all the way around. So if this is 6, that eliminates 6 here. That eliminates 6 here. And then this would have to be 6 at least. So that eliminates 6 here. So there would be nothing on 6 here. Therefore, this can never be 6, which means this can never be 5. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4 here in row 4. So this cannot be 2, 3, or 4. This can't be 2, 3, or 4. So that was for the 6. If this is 6, that means this can't be 6, and this would have to be 6. Always. Huh, interesting. This can't be 2. Interesting. Okay. So we just showed this can't be 6. If this is 6, that forces this to be 6. That forces this not to be 6. So then 6 can no longer be here, cannot be here, and cannot be here. And so that just doesn't work. So this has to be at least 5. Okay. Interesting. Okay. We have one from 1, 2, or 3 is one of these. One of 6, 7, 8. So this is... Okay, so it has to enter here. So this has to be 6, 7, or 8. I guess it could be 5. No, it cannot be 5. If this is 5, yeah, this has to be 5 at least. So that'd be 5, 5, and this would have to be 6. So this is 6 through 8 too. Interesting. We know one of 5, 6, or 7 to 8. No, 5, 6, or 7 has to be here. So one of 5, 6, or 7 is here. Oh, we have a 7, 8, 9. This is 7, 8, or 9 because it cannot be 5, 4, 5, or 6, and it cannot be 1, 2, 3, 4 from here. So this is 7, 8, 9, which means we have 4, 5, and 6, and 7, 8, and 9 all in column 8. So there cannot be a 7, 8, and 9 in the other 3 cells. So this has to be a 1, 2, 3, a 1, 2, 3, and a 1, 2, 3 set. Interesting. Okay. Where do we go from here? This could be many things. This could be many things. Okay. 4, 5, 6. So we have 3 each from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, 8, 9 here. Huh. Interesting. Huh. Interesting. Okay. Hmm. Okay. 5 or 6. Hmm. One of 1, 2, or 3 is here. That's interesting. So what if this is 4 and 5? Obviously, this could still be 5. Hmm. 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 If this was 4, this is 5. This would have to be 6. This would have to be 4 then. This would have to be 5 or 6. This is 5 or 6. This is 6 or 7. 7, 8. Yeah, that seems okay. Oh, interesting. Huh. So if we tried to make that 4, this would have to be at least 4. This would be 5. But then that would be 6. And then this could not work. So this can never be 4. So now we have a 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3 set. This is 4 through 9. This is also 4 through 9. We don't know which, though. And this is 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Therefore, this is also all 4 through 9. Right? So that the 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3 triplet eliminates 1, 2, 3 from box 3. So we know there's one here. Therefore, there's another 1, 2, 3 here. Doesn't help too much, unfortunately. So this is 1, 2, or 3 also. Okay. This still could be 4 then. But so that this is 4, this would have to be 1. This would be 5. This is 5 or 6. Okay, so this has to be 6, which forces that to be 4. So this is 5 or 6. This is 5 or 6. This is 6 or 7. This would have to be 7 entering in. So it could not be, it could be 8, 7, 7. So this could not be 6. There couldn't be a 6 here. There couldn't be a 6 here. This would have to be a 6. That's interesting, which would force that to be a 5. This has to be 7. And then 7. And then it could be 6, I guess? This would have to be... So this would have to be the 6. Right? There would not be any others possible, like... Because this would have to be at least 6. So then this would be 5. This would be 6. I guess it could be 7. No, but the problem... Okay, so 8, 7... I guess it could be 7. Yeah, that still works. This is 8 or 9. This is 7 or 8. Ah, we have a problem. Okay, so now we've just shown. If this is 4, this has to be 5. If this is 5, this has to be 6, which forces that to be 4. Where is this? This can no longer be 6, because now this can't be 4. So it can't be 4, 4, 5, 5, 5, 6. This would have to be 7 or 8. This is 7 or 8, so this can't be 6. So this would have to be 6 here. But then the problem is, where's the 5? The 5 can no longer be here, and it can't be here. So I think in general that means this can't be 5. Right? So say this is 5. Oh no, this is specifically for that 4, 6. Say this is 6. If this is 6, this becomes 7 or 8. This can't be... It's just the 4. So this has to be 2 or 3. So that's... Okay. Which means this has to be 2 or 3, which means this is a 1, 4 set. So this is 2 or 3. This can't be 1 or 4. So we just tried 4, 5. That forces a 6 here, which means that can't be 6, which means this can't be 6. And then therefore this would have to be 6, but then we have a 4, 5, and that can't be 5. And then the 6 has to be there. So that gets overwritten. So that can't work either. So we know this is a 2, 3, 2, 3 pair. We know the 1 has to be here, so this can't be 1. Right? Because the 1 can only be in box 3 now, in column 7. And so therefore this can't be 1. This is 2 or 3, 2 or 3. If this is 3, this has to be 3, and that's 2. That works. If this is 2, this has to be 2, and that's 3. Okay, so well, it could be 1. Okay, never mind. I was gonna say, oh, we've shown that it has to go this way, but not necessarily. What if this was a 5? Then this would have to be 5. One of these would have to be 6, so this would have to be 4. This would be 6, but that doesn't work because this transfers 5 to 6. Okay, so then, yeah, we've shown this can't be 5 either. This can't be 5. We just tried. Okay, so if this is 5 again, where can this be 5 then? The 5 would have to be here. So if this is 5, this then has to be 5 or 6. But then we know that's 5, so this has to be 6. So that would have to be 4. This would be 6, but this 6 eliminates the possibility for this being 6, which means that can't be 6, and there's no 6 there. So the 5, this cannot be 5. This could be 3 or 4. Interesting. Can it be 4 then? If there's a 6 here, so, okay, say this was a 6. If this is 6, there has to be a 6 here, because it has to go, this has to be 6, which forces one of these to be 5. So this would have to be 5, which would make that 4. Right? One of this would... Right, this has to be 5 then, which means that's a 4. This is a 4. Ah. which doesn't work. Bingo. So this cannot be 6 ever. So, okay, yeah. So just to clarify, if this is a 6, that forces this to be 6, right? This has to be a 6 because this is always less than or equal to this. And we're just going the minimum. Then you have to have a 5 here, which means that's a 5. That has to be 5. So this has to be 4. Therefore, this has to be 4. But that eliminates 4, 5, and 6 for this one. So that doesn't work. So this can never be 6, which means this is a 5, 6 pair. This is a 5, 6 pair. So this is 5 and 6. This you have a 5, 6, 4, 5, 6 triplet in box 6. So none of the others can be 4, 5, or 6. So this is 1, 2, 3, 7, 8, 9. In addition, we know that for column 7, the 4 has to be in column 7 in box 6. So there's no 4 possible anywhere else in column 7. So this is 5 or 6. This is 5 or 6. We have 7, 8. So this can't be 7. This has to be 8 or 9. This is 7 or 8. This still could be a 6, 7, or 8 here. We don't know, right? We have a 5, 6, or 7 here. This cannot be 6 either. If this is 6, this has to be a 5 because we have a 5 here. And then it has to continue to 5. So this can never be a 6. This has to be a 7 or 8. So this is 7 or 8. This is 7 or 8. This has to be then 5, 6, or 7, which works. This is 5, 6, or 7, 5, 6, or 7. So this has to be 7 or 8, 7 or 8. Okay. Making progress. One of 1, 2, or 3's here. Okay, so this has to be 2, 3, 5, 6. No, 4. 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, 1 has to be here, which means this can't be 1. So 1 is one of these two. Yeah, we kind of already knew that anyways. This one has to be one of these two. Okay, what if this is 7? If this is 7 and that's 7, there has to be a 6 here, which means this is 5, this is 6. This is 6, so this has to be 5 or 6. This is 4, 5. This is 4, 5. That works. This is 4, 5. So 6 has to be here, which means that's 4. This is 3. That's 2. This all seems like it works. That's not interesting. This is 5. This would be 4. Oops, not 1. 4. This is 5 or 6. I mean, this could be the answer. Okay, what if this is 4? So let's try to make that 4. Actually, let's try to make... Let's try to make this 4. That's more constraining. Well, not necessarily. Okay, make that 4. This is 5 or 6. This is 5 or 6. This is 5 or 6. This has to be 4. So it has to go directly there. Then this is 5 or 6. This is 6 or 7. It could be 4, 5, or 6. Never mind. This is 5 or 6. This is 5 or 6. Oh, so this has to be 7 here. Interesting. Okay, so this is 5, 6, 5, 6. This is 5, 6, 5, 6. One of these has to be 7. So that forces this to be 8, which means that's 8. This is 9. The 7 has to be one of these two. So this can't be 7. This has to be 9. This becomes a 7. No 7, no 7, 8, 9. No 7, 8, 9. No 8, 9. No 7, 8, 9. No 5, 6. No 5, 6. Ah, we have a contradiction. Does that really work? Let me just double check that. I think that does. So again, if this is 4, oops. If this is 4, This cannot be 4. This cannot be 4. So we have no 5 6s here. Because there's no 5 6s, this can't be 6. So if this was 7, that would have to be 6. So this cannot be 7. This has to be 8. So that's 8. 8, 9. So we eliminate 8 and 9 here. 8 and 9 here. 8 and 9 here. So the 7 would have to technically be... well... Okay, never mind. That looks like it works. So the 7 would have to be here, which means this is 9. This is 7. Yeah, okay, never mind. That's fine so far. This can't be 7. The 7 has to be one of those two. Yeah, this is fine. So this is 7. This is 5, 6, 5, 6, so this is 4. One of these is 7. 2 or 3. This seems to work okay. 8 or 9, 8 or 9. This is 4, 5, 6, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, this seems okay. Not contradictory. Dang. 1, 2, or 3. So this can't be 2 or 3. This is 1, 2, 3, or 7. The 7 has to be one of those two, so that can't be 7. This seems okay. Dang. I was hoping to get a number. Okay, so that's, yeah, good thing I double checked. 1 of 4, 5 is 6 is here. Oh, that's interesting. Huh. No, okay, never mind, never mind. We're okay. Yeah, that doesn't show anything. The 4's here. Hmm. Hmm. Can we make this 5? So say we had this as 5. Then this would have to be 5. So this would be 6. This would have to be 4. This is 4. This would be 6. Still could be 3 or 4. So this would be 6. 7, 8, 9, 7, 8, 9, 7, 8, 9. This would have to be 5, which works. 4, 4, 4. One of the 4's is there. This seems like it works. Okay, what path do we go down now? We know one of the 5, 6, or 7's here. One of 1, 2, 3's here. Hmm. One of 5, 6, 7 is here. We know the 1 is here. That's not helpful. Okay. Okay, maybe we just continue on. So what if it goes this way? Can you go this way? Then this would be 6, 7, 7, 8. So, okay, let's try that. So say it went here. It has to increase anyway, so let's go that way. Okay, actually, let's just go. Let's try going this way, right? I guess it could be, yeah, that's probably best. So then this is 6 and 7. We have 6 and 7. This is 5 and 6. This would have to be 5 and 6. 4 and 5. 4 and 5. This seems okay. Hmm. Yeah, it seems fine. Um, that doesn't give us anything, I don't think. Okay, let's try going this way, right? That forces things a certain way. Oh, okay. Well, one thing we do know. One thing we do know is this has to go this way then. It has to be because this can never go here then this way. So this is nothing then. We know this is fine. So this could go either this way or this way. I mean, it could technically go something like that. Hmm. It could go here. Could just go here, here. This is fine. Okay, so yeah, now maybe try this. So let's try. It goes down and then that way. And this would have to be down. This would have to be down. I mean, technically it could go something like that, but that's really weird. Um, yeah, let's try to do minimums then. Okay, if that's the case, then this is 4 or 5. This becomes 6, 7. This is 7 or 8. This is 7 or 8. Okay, so then this would force this to be 7, 8, 8, 9. This would be 9. This would have to be 7, 6, 5, 4, 4. That doesn't work. This would have to be 5. So it can never go down. I think we've just proven, right? So we tried by going this way. So again, if we go this way, then that's the minimum going down. Then this one has to go at minimum that way. This one has to go at minimum this way. Which would mean this would be 4, 5. Okay, so then this is 5, 6, or 7. So this is 6, 7, 8. So it's 6 or 7. This is 7, 8. This is 7 or 8. So we have a 7, 8, 7, 8 pair. This has to be smaller than that. Therefore, this becomes 7. That's 7. This is 6. This is 5. That's 4. This is 4. But the problem is then this would have to be 5. Because this can only be 2, 3, 4 at best. And then the 4 is already there. So this can't work. So this does not go down. Okay, so we've shown now this has to go this way. So it has to cross. So this is kosher. What happens if we go this? I don't know. So say we do something like that, or whatever. Say we go down for blue. Say we go down here. This is the minimum. Oh, I guess it could be like that. So that's fine. Then this one has to go that way. Oh. Actually, then. Okay, so say we have this. This is the minimum going down. So what happens here, right? Well, this becomes 6, 7. This is 7 or 8. So this is 7 or 8. This is 7 or 8. This is 6 or 7, right? This is 5 or 6. This is 4 or 5. This is 4 or 5. There we have that. So this has to be 7. Then this is 7. This is 7. This is 6. This is 5. This is 4. 4. That could be anything still. So this is 8. This is 8. This is 9. This then has to be 6. Oh, this has to be 4, 5, or 6. And it cannot be. So we just already from that, we know this can't be 4, 5, or 6. So this cannot go down. Okay. We just proved now. This can't go down. So we just try to go here, here, here. This would have to be 6. This would be 5. That would be 4. But that would eliminate all possibilities for that cell. So this has to go this way. So this is out, which means this can't be red. This has to be the blue. This has to be red. I think then that you can't go down that way and then this way, right? Or maybe you can. This is 6 or 7. If you try to go down, then there. So say it's here, then it's up 1, up 1. This has to be 6 or 7. This could be 6 or 7. That would be 5 or 6. But then if that's the case, this can't be 5, 5. This would have to be 6. This would be 5. This would be 4. And that cell would not work. So you can never go down. You have to go diagonally across. So therefore, we've shown it has to go this way, specifically. It can never go here, right? If it goes here, this has to be different from this. But it can never be up to 8. So this would have to be 7 at most. But the problem is that you have 7, 8, 8, 8, and this would have to be 9, which is impossible. So that you can never go here anymore. So this has to be the path, which means this path for the hair is very specific. So this hair has to go this way. So this is 6 or 7. This is 5, 6, or 7. So that's fine. Right? So this is still fine. This is 1, 2, or 3. So this doesn't have to be red. Red still could be either of those. This is, yeah. So we know now this path. Okay. 7, 7, 7, 8, 8, 9. Okay, what can we do that? 7, 7, 7, 8, 8, 9. So that would force this to be 9, which means this is a 7. So 7 can't be here. This can't be 8 or 9. No 8 or 9. No 7, 8, or 9. So 7 is one of those two. No 7, 8, or 9. So that's 1, 2, or 3. This can't be 2 or 3. It's 8 or 9, 8 or 9. This seems okay. No 7, no 7. This can't be 7. This can't be 7. 7 is one of those. This can't be 7. This seems fine. Okay. It must enter one of those three and exit. Enter here. It cannot go here. It could go here. I mean, it could technically go back down here and then back down. I don't know why it would, but it could. Hmm. If this was 6, I think that's fine. Say that's 6, this is 6, this would have to be 7, 7, 7, 8. That seems fine. This would be 5. This would be 6. This would be 9. This would be 8. This would be 9. This seems all kosher. This is 4 then. This is 5. That's 3, 2, 1, 3. This is 1 or 2. This is fine. 1, 2 with 4, 5. This is 7. Oh, we have a contradiction. Do we? Maybe not. No, this would be 6. This would be 2, 3, 5. 8, 9, 8, 9. That's a 4. This all seems kosher. Yeah, nothing no good. Oh wait, no. 3, 4. 3, 4, 3, 4, 3, 4, 3, 4. Okay, yeah. Oh man, why didn't it took so long for me to figure this out? This can't be 4. If this is 4, this would have to be 1. So this can't be 4. A lot of the things that I went through. So this has to be the 4 now, which means this could be 4, 5, or 6. That's still possible. 3 or 4 still works. This can't be 4. This, one of these two is 4. Interesting. So this is 4. This has to be 5 or 6. These are still fine. This is still fine. Okay. Sorry this is taking so long. It's already getting really dark here. This is the same as this one. This is 5 or 6. This is 5 or 6. This is 5 or 6. This cannot be 7. Okay. I don't know if that helps. This is 7 or that's 7. If this is 7, this has to be 4, and that's 1. If this is 7, doesn't really make a difference. Maybe we make that 7. That would be interesting, right? So if this is a 7, this is a 7. Okay, well, I guess that would be making that an 8, technically. Anyways, if this is 7, that's 7. This would have to be 6. This would be 5. This would be 6. This would be 5. So this would have to be 2, which would force this to be 3, and that would be 4. So that's fine. This can only be 6 here anymore. So this is 6. This has to be 6, which means this is 4, 5, and 6 without a 6 possible. Okay, so then this cannot be 7. We tried this being 7. So if this is 7, that's 7. This is 6. This is 5. So this is 6. This is 5. This would have to be 2 because of the accelerated pair. So this would be 3, which forces that to be 4, but that can't be 4, 5, or 6. Therefore, we know this can't be 7. This can't. Therefore, since this can't be 7, this has to be an 8. I think this is the same if this is 7, right? This is 7. This is 6, which means this is 5. Next is 6, 5, 2, 3. That's a 4. So there's no 4, 5, 6. Yes, so that can't be 7 either. So this has to be 8, which means that's a 9. So this can't be 8, this can't be 8, this can't be 8 or 9, this can't be 8 or 9, this can't be 8 or 9. This can't be 8 or 9. So now we know this is 8. This is 9. I think this can't be 6, right? That was the forcing mechanism. If this is 6, this is 5. This is 6, this is 5, that's 2, this is 3, this is 4, and then this can't be 6. Yes, so this cannot be 6 either. So we know this is 7. This is 9. That's 7. So this can't be 7. These can't be 7. So this has to be 7. This is 1, 2. Okay, so this can't be 7. This can't be 8 or 9. So this is an 8, 9, 8, 9 pair here. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No 4, though. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6. So this is 8, 8, 9. This is a 7. This could still be 5 through 7. This could be 5 through 7. This could be 4 through 6. Okay. And now we have this is 1, 2, 3. One of these is 1, 2, 3 because it has to. Well, it doesn't. It could go here and then back here. That's kosher. This does not have to be 1, 2, or 3. Man, okay, never mind. This could go this way. Yeah. If it goes this way, this has to be 1, 2, or 3. Maybe that's a constraint then. So if it does not go this way, so any other way, this has to be a 1, 2, or 3, which means this is 4. This would have to be a 5 or 6. There would be no 1, 2, 3 this way. The 1, 2, 3, one of them would be here. Oof. Okay. Hmm. Oh, okay. One thing we do have. Oh, right, no. Never mind. If this is 3, this is 4, and this is 1. So then this would be 2. So this would have to be 5, 6 if this is 4. If this is 3, oh. No, no. If this is 4, okay, if this is 4, yeah. Okay, never mind. Hmm. One of these could be 4, one of that could be 4. Hmm. We have one from 4, 5, or 6 here. If this is 5, let's say, if this is 5, that's 5, this is 4. This has to be 6, this is 5, this is 6. That seems okay. Hmm. If it's here, then this could be here, then here, then this way. It would have to go that way, which is kosher. This still could be 4, 5, 6. This could be 1, 2, 3. If this is 4, this is 1. This is 2, 3. Yeah, but that doesn't help us any. Hmm. Hmm. 9 is fine. 5, 6, 5, 6. This is a 1, 4 pair. Still could be anything. Okay, let's go back. Okay, the hair, the race, they can't overlap. We've taken care of that pretty much. The hair must enter every box exactly once each. We've essentially taken care of that. The hair is a fast, super fast thermo, and the tortoise lady is a slow thermo. We've taken that into account. The fox, we're not even close to that. The duck, we're already taking into account. Okay, so we're still trying to figure out the hare's path and the tortoise's complete path. So the tortoise could go something like that, which would mean that the hare would have to go this way. But that seems okay. That seems kosher. We know there's a 4, 5, 6 in one of these two squares. We know there's a 1, 2, 3 in one of these three squares. Hmm. Hmm. 8, 9, 8, 9. whatever, okay, so whatever this is has to be here. Ooh, that doesn't show up. Make that pink. So that has to be there. This one can be any of these. So the pink has to be one of these two. We don't know which. Okay, I don't know if that helps any. What about 5 and 6? So say we made one of these pink and one of these orange or whatever. And this has to be pink. The orange is one of these two. The pink is over here. Not helpful. This would then have to be orange, one of those two. What if this is 3? If this is 3, this has to be 2. This has to be 6. This is 5. This is 6. I mean, it seems okay. This can't be 6. Yeah, it seems fine. If this is 3, so that's 2, this is 1, this is 2, this is 3, this is 4. This is 5, 6, 5, 6, 1, 2, 1, 2. So this is 3, 5, 6, this is 2, 7. All seems kosher. And this would be that way. Yeah, that doesn't seem to give us anything. What if this were 3? If this were 3, this is 2, this is 1, this would have to be 6 and 9. This would be 8. This would be 2, this would be 5. 3, 4, this would have to be 6. This would be 5. This would be 6. This seems kosher. 1 and 2, 4 and 5. 1 and 2 is fine. 7, 8. This is 9. One of these two is 9, which is fine. Okay, we're in another lull. We do know one of these is 4, 5, 6. The red has to go to somewhere here. If it's one of these 3 that goes across to here, it has to be 4, 5, 6. Oh. God. Okay. I missed one rule. The hair must enter every box exactly once each. Exactly once each. Oh, that's actually very important. Wait. Okay, I don't know how I got this as 7, 9, but that's not correct. That is not correct. Huh. Wow, that was a really bad assumption. The logic still follows. So everything that I was showing here and here still follows. But the red could be one of these two, and the blue could be one of these two. Huh. Okay. The logic still follows. The actual execution on that is not working necessarily, and in fact the red has to be here. But we know that this has to be 2 or 3, right? The logic of it all was the same. The issue was because we never used the column issue. It was basically that this had to go somewhere here, and it had to be 7, 8, 9. Yeah, so I think that's still kosher. Yeah, so 1 of 7, 8, 9 is here, 1 of 2 or 3 is here, and then 1 of 5, 6 has to be there. But it can only enter every box once, so it cannot go up and then in. And man, that would have saved a lot of problems. Ugh. Okay, well then it has to go this way. It has to go that way. We don't know if it goes up. So then this has to be the 7, 9, which means this can't be 7 or 9. This still could be 2 or 3. So it can never enter this way. So it has to enter this way or it enters this way. So this one's out. Okay, so this is not 8 and 9. This can't be 8 or 9. This, we don't know actually about that one. 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3. So one of these has to be 4, 5, and 6. One of these is 4, 5, and 6. One of these is 4, 5, and 6. Therefore, this has to be 7. There cannot be 4, 5, and 6. This has to be 9. This has to be 7. This can't be 7. This can't be 7. 7 has to be here. This can't be 7. This cannot be 5 or 6. So this has to be the 2 or 3. So this can't be 2 or 3. So therefore the line goes this, oops, not red, blue, goes this way. It must enter at once. So 1 of 4, 5, 6 is here. 1 of 4, 5, 6 has to be here because it can never enter that again because it already entered here. Oh, that was a pretty bad one. Therefore, the 7 has to be here in one of these two cells. We have a 4, 5, 6 here. We have a 4, 5, 6 here somewhere, and a 1, 2, 3 here. So this can't be 7. This can't be 2 or 3. This is 8, 9, 8, 9. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Can't be 4. We have a 1, 2, or 3 here because it has to go across. It could go here to here to here. That's fine. We have one. Okay, so this cannot be 4, 5, 6. So this is 1, 2, 3, 8, or 9 specifically. This is 2 or 3. We have 1, 2, 2 possible. So it has to go. Okay, so it has to go. So we know it goes this way. We don't know if it connects or if it can go here, then here, or whatnot, right? So we don't know what this is. We don't know what this is. This must be 2 or 3, so this can't be 1. So this is 1, 2, this is 2 or 3, this is 2 or 3. If this is 3, that's 3, this is 4, that's fine. This is 1 or 2 to 2 or 3. Oh, this is 7, so this can't be 7, which means that can't be 7. So this is 4, 5, 6, 4, 5, 6, 4, 5, 6. Therefore, there cannot be 4, 5, 6 in any of the other squares in box 9. This can't be 4 because the 4 has to be here, so the 4 is one of those 3. This is 5, 6, this is 5, 6, so this can't be 5 or 6 in column 7. So the 7 would have to be here. Right. So this is 7. So this is 7, which means the 4 has to be one of these two. Because the 7 has to have a difference of 3 from the next one, which would be 4, which has to be different from 3 from the next one, which would have to be 1. So this cannot be 4, which means this is the 4. So this becomes 5, 6, 5, 6. So this cannot be 5 or 6. So we have 1, 2, 3. Yeah, so all the logic previously I had where these went up, it's the same logic because I wasn't using any of the columns. I was only using the box and the rows and then the 5, 6 combination. And we knew there had to be a 5, 6 here somewhere. So that was all. Yeah. So I wasn't using the columns, I was using the boxes and the rows. So that's why that's all still kosher. So then this has to be 7. There has to be a 4 here. There has to be a 1 here. So this cannot be 1. Cannot be 1. So this has to be the 1. We have a 2, 3, 2, 3. This has to have one of 2 or 3. And it's 8 or 9? It can't be 4, 5, 6. It can't be 1. It can't be the other 2, 3. Yeah, so it's 8 or 9. This is 8 or 9. So we have one of 8 or 9 here. Okay, it cannot go this way. If it goes this way, this would have to be 1, 2, 3, but then that would be 3 also. And that's not possible. So this one specifically has to connect that way. So it goes that way. We know it enters here. This could be anything, really. Because it just exits out again, potentially. So 1 of 5 or 6 is here, which means the 4 has to be this one. So this cannot have a 5 or 6, because this is 5 or 6. This can't be 4. It has to be one of the 5 or 6s here. In addition, we have 2, 3. But okay, so this cannot have a 5 or 6. It's 1, 2, 3, no 4. It has to have a 4. No 5 or 6, and it has to be 7. So then this has to have 2, 5, and 6s here. So this is... No, we know the 1 is here. So this can't be 1. So this is 2, 3, 4, 5, 7. This has to be a 1, 5, 6 combination. So this can't be 1. We have 2, 3, 4, 7 here. This is 1 of 8 or 9, and it also has a 1. And it has to have 1 of 5 or 6. So this is... Oh, that doesn't work. That doesn't work, that doesn't work, that doesn't work. Okay. I see what it is. Yeah. Okay, no. This was a bad assumption. The 7 has to be here. And we tried that being 7, and we found a contradiction. Right? Because we know this 7 has to be there. This has to be the 4. And then this has to be 1. Okay. Other way around. Not a fatal mistake, but other way around. So then this is 4. This has to be 2 and 3 because of the same logic I espoused earlier. So this is 7, which forces this to be 4, which forces this to be 1. My bad. So this cannot be 7 because then that would be 4, and that can't be allowed. So this can't be 7. This has to be the 7. So this is a 7. This can't be 7. This has to be 1 with 8 or 9. 1 with 8 or 9. This is the 4. This is 5 and 6. So this is the other 5 and 6 with 4. Okay, so that doesn't tell us as much anymore. This is 1, so this can't be 1. Therefore, this is the 1. This has to have a 1, but this doesn't have to be here. So it's 5 and 6. No 4. It could be 2 and 3. It can't be 4. It's 5 or 6. It could be 1. It could be 8 or 9. So that's pretty broad. So this is 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This has to have a 4, and it has to be one of the 5 or 6. So therefore, the 2 or 3 has to be here. So this is 2 or 3. This is 2 or 3. Because it cannot be 7, 8, or 9. So this cannot be 2 or 3. So one of the 2 or 3s here. The other 2 or 3s here. The other, you would have a 2, 3 here. So this is 4, 2, 3, and one of the 8 or 9s. This has to be 7, and one of the 2 or 3s, and one of the 5 or 6s. But this can't be 7, because the 7 has to be one of these 2. Okay. So this is 1, followed by 4, followed by 7. We have 5 or 6, 5 or 6. This can't be 6 then. This is 4, 5. 4, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. One of these is 5 or 6, and the other one's either 1, 8, or 9. The other 1 and 8 or 9 is here. That would be 8 or 9. 5 or 6, and then followed by the 2 or 3 here. Right. That's why we know. If this is 2, this would be 3, which means that's 2. That's fine. If this is 3, this would be 2, but then this would have to be 3. And then this would have to be 6, and then that would have to be 6, which is a contradiction. So this can never be 3. So this has to be 2, which makes that 3, that 3. This cannot be 3. This could be 5 or 6. This could be 5 or 6. We don't know which. So therefore, this is the 2. This could be 5 or 6. This can't be 2. This has to be 1 then. And this is 3. And this is 2. So this is 3, forcing this to be 6. That's 9. This is 8. So this has to be 8, which means that's 9. No 8, 9. No 6 here. No 6 here. No 2. So the red has to be one of those two. No 6, 8, or 9. This can't be 7. So this is a 4 or a 5. This has to be 8. This is 9. So that forces this to be 5. This is a 6. This becomes a 1, 5 set pair. So this can't be 1. This can't be 2 or 6. So this is 3, 5, 7, which forces this to be 6. This is forced to be 6. This is forced to be 6. So this is forced to be 6. This is 5. This is 6. No 5, 6, or 3 here. No 3, 5, 6. So this can't be 2. So we have a 3, 5, 6 here. 2, 7, 2, 7. This can't be 9. So this is 1 or 8. This can't be 3 or 8. This can't be 6. So we have 1 or 5, 2, 4, 6. The 2 is one of these two. This cannot be 6. This cannot be 8 or 8. No 7, 9 here. No 2 here. This can no longer be 3. This is 4, 5. This could be 1 still. So one of these is 5. One of these is 1. Okay, we can eliminate the 4s. 2, 6, 9. This cannot... Okay, so this is 2, 4, 5, 6, 7. This is 2, 4, 5, 6, 7. I mean, technically, it could go 3, right? 3, 6, and 9. 5, 2, 9. That's fine. 2, 5, 8. This could be various things. This is 1, 4, and 7. It resets. So we know one of these is 1, 2, or 3. We know one of these is 4, 5. Oh. So this has to be 4 or 5. Interesting. Okay. We know one of these is 4 or 5 because it can't be 6 or 6. So the 6 one has to be here. So this specifically has to be 4 or 5. Oh, wait. We don't have anything with that. Never mind. This is 4 or 5. It could be one of those. The other 4 or 5, we don't know. That's the problem. I was thinking that this is a 4 or 5 pair, which would eliminate a lot of things, but that's not true. We know there's a 1, 2, 3 in one of these. This doesn't... Oh, wait. This doesn't have to be 4 or 5. We just know that the 6 is here. Okay, that's not helpful. Okay. If this is 1, if this is 2, this has to be 5, so that's 4. Then this would be 9. Oh. That's 7, and that's 9. Interesting. Okay. If this is 7, obviously just goes back out. And it has to be 2, 5. That's fine. This could be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 9. This can't be 9, though. This is 1, no, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And this one specifically can't be 8, so the 8 has to be one of these two. We don't know anything else. Okay. So the 9 is one of these two. It's still not helpful. Okay, one thing we do know is it cannot be here, here, and here. So this one's out. It could go like that. It could go like that, and that would be 9. Then exits. Or it could just exit. That's the problem. Enters, exits, enters, exits, enters. So if it's this one, that's interesting. So this could still be high, right? This is 7 or 9. If this is 7, okay, maybe that's the more constraining one. If this is 7, this is 4, this would have to be 1. This would be 5. This would be 9. So this could not be 7, so that would have to be 7. This would be 3. So this would be 5. This would be 3. This would have to go this way, so it would have to go this way. So that would be 4. This would be 1. This would be 8. This seems kosher. Seems fine. Yeah. This would be 8. This would be 2, 9, 2. We don't have to go. So this would be what? 2, 3, and 8. Okay, so then this would have to be 8. And this would be 2 or 3. Then I would jump to here. Okay, actually, one thing we do know without that, this cannot jump to here. If it jumps to here, then this would have to go here, but this can never work. So this one's out. So then we know the red has to go this way. So yeah. So then this could be 3, 5, 6, and whatever. Because if this was 2, the problem is nothing is 3 less than 2. That's a digit. If this is 7, the 7 is not less than 3 of 9. So it has to go this way. Okay, we tried 7, 4, 1. That seems okay. Oh, the 7's one of these two. The 7's one of these two. Therefore, the 7 has to be one of these 3. Right? We've accounted for the 7's in row 7 and in row 9. So the 7 cannot be this in row 7 or 9 for box 7. I don't know if that helps us any, but yeah. This could be 2. Oh, it could even go this way. Yeah. It could even go, well, no. So if it goes 4, 7, that doesn't work. But it could just go 7 and then back out, right? We know there's a 1, there's a 4, there's a 7. This would have to be a 4 or 5. Okay, that's interesting. So if it goes this way, I guess it could go that way, technically, right? So that's fine too. This would be a 1, 2, or 3. This would have to be a 4, 5, which would force this to be 3. This would be the 7. That's 5. This would be 4. This would have to be 5, 9, 7. This all seems kosher. This would have to be a 4 then, which would make that 1. This is 4. One of these is 8 or 9. That's fine. This is all fine. That doesn't tell us any information. Yeah. We know that's not 4, so 4 would be here then. That seems fine. Yeah, there's no... There's nothing right now that tells us anything for that. This is pretty tough. Yeah, because this could be any of them. This could be either of them. 3, 5, or 6 is fine. The tortoise, 6, 6. Yeah, this is fine. This is fine. This is fine. It's really just the hare now. We just have to... how many numbers does a hare have? Actually, maybe that might help. So the tortoise does not have 2, but it doesn't matter that it doesn't have 2. The hare has 2, 5, 8, 3, 6, 9. Oh, and it has to have 1, 4, 7. Okay, maybe this is it. The hare has 2, 5, 8, and 3, 6, 9, and it must have 1, 4, 7 in box 8. Because 8 and 9 is here. That forces this hare to be 7, which forces that to be 4 and that to be 1. So the hare is not the winner. So the hare has 1 through 9. So the hare is not the winner. The fox declares who is the winner. So the tortoise has to be the winner, which we assumed, but which we now have proven. So because the fox cannot have what the number is on the fox cannot be on the tortoise's line. We know the tortoise has a 4. Therefore, the fox has to have a 5. And this has to be a 4 then, because it can't be 5 on the tortoise's line. So we know this is 5 now. This is 3. Okay, so that was what we needed. So this cannot be 4. This can't be 3. Well, okay, we don't know what that is. So this can't be 5 anymore. This is a 1. This is a 5, which means that's the hare's route. So the hare has to go this way, which means it has to go that way. Which means we know that's a 2. So this is a 2. This can't be 2, because this is the only one that's 3 away from that. So let's remove the reds here. Okay, so this is 4 and oops. This pair in the box 3 has to be 4, 7. No 5s here because it's Sudoku. No 5s. 1s are 2. So this is a 3, 4, 9 set triplet, which means in box 1 there cannot be a 3, 4, 9. So this has to be 5 and 2, and 6 or 7 is the other one. We don't know which. 3, 4, 9. So it can no longer go that way. It could still go this way and back out. It could just go back out. Okay, so then the 4 has to be one of those two. The 7 is one of those two. So right, we have the tortoise's line is all filled. So now that it's just the hares. So this cannot be 7. This has to be 7, which means that's a 7. So this cannot be 7. This is 5. This is 7. So it cannot go this way. So then it has to go this way, which means this can't be 9. It has to go this way, which can't be 6. So this is 1, 2, or 3. We have a 4, 5. So this has to be the 4. And then we have 8 or 9 here. This can't be 9, but the 8 or 9 is one of these two. So this can't be 4, therefore this must be the 4. So this can't be the line. So we know the line of these 4. So this has to be here, 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 here. We know there's an 8 or 9 here. So this becomes 1 because the 4 gets eliminated. This can't be 4. This can't be. This has to be 3. This is 9. This is 4. So this can't be 4. This can't be 1. So the 1 could be either of those. This can't be 3. This can't be 9. The 8 has to be the one that's surrounded. So the 9 is one of these two. We don't know which. 1, 9 is one of these two. So this is 8. This could be 1 or 2 still. This is fine. One of these is 1. One of these is 8. Okay, let's fill in the rest if we can. So this has to be a 5, 6 pair because 5 and 6 are both here. And therefore they have to be here, but that can't... Oh, this has to be 1. 4 and 1, right? 4, 1. 8 works, so this can't be 1. This has to be 1. This is 8. So this cannot be the 8, therefore this has to be 8. So it has to continue on there. So this can't be 1. This has to be a 5, 6 pair. The rest is 2, 3, 7, 8. 2, 3, 7, 9. So we know this continues on here, then here. It's 2, 3. Okay, so then this has to be 8 and 3 because the 1 eliminates those possibilities. This has to be 2 then because of the possibilities. This has to be 1, 3, 1. This is 8. Okay, so we have the hair's line. Yay! So the hair has to go this way. Okay, now it's just all Sudoku from here. 2, so this becomes 2, 7, 9. And this is 2, 7. Can't be 9. So we have a 2, 7, 2, 7 pair in column 1. So there cannot be a 2 or 7 in the rest of column 1. So this is 5, 6, 5, 6, which means this has to be a 3 here. So this can't be 3. This is 5 or 6. We have 2. Okay, so this can't be 3. Therefore, this has to be the 3. So the 9 can only be there. This is 2. This is 9. These are all Sudoku now. 2, 7. This has to be 2. 6, 4, 6. 7, 4, 5, 6, 5, 6, 5. And that's 7. And we did it, guys! Sorry it took so long. It was one rule that I just didn't pay attention to. Very clever. I liked the puzzle. It was very, very clever. The rule that I did not pay attention to, which I hope you guys did if you guys tried solving this, is that the hair must enter every box exactly once. I don't know if that was in the poem particularly. Yeah, he does. It shows off a line that enters each box once. That was very important. Oops, I don't have the line continue. This line goes there. Because it cannot do any other pattern. It can't go, it goes 2, 7, but then it would have to be 4. So it cannot go anywhere else. It has to just continue back on. Very clever setting. Loved the poem. Loved everything about this. This was awesome. This was just a great, great, great puzzle. I hope you guys enjoyed this, either solving it or watching me struggle through solving it by forgetting one of the rules, one of the very important rules. And yeah, I guess I'll see you next time on Frank Puzzles. Take care.